Okay, so we're here this afternoon with Mr. Julian Clary, who's going to be starring in Wolverhampton Grand's pantomime Cinderella in December. So
Correct.
Good afternoon, Julian.
Hello.
Thank you very much for your time. How have you been finding today so far?
Fine, I don't mind chatting to journalists. It's been bizarre wearing full panto drag on the hottest day of the year, on having a snow machine operating behind me.
Quite the contrast.
But, that's life.
Okay, so focusing on you for a moment. You've not long finished your most recent tour. You've just not long come back from Australia. How's that been?
It was lovely. It's, every now and then I feel the urge to go on tour and be the centre of attention, and then when I get that out of the way, then I feel the urge to go home and write a book and be a bit of a recluse. And then a few months of that, then I think, I must go stand on stage in Wolverhampton for 7 weeks and be applauded. So as long as I can keep rotating all these different activities, I seem to be happy. Yes.
Okay, and having taken you take your shows predominantly the UK and Australia as well. When you take a show like Position Vacant, Apply Within, and you take it abroad, do you find yourself having to tailor your material all for international audiences, or do you find it's generally quite universal?
No, there are a lot of references. So if you're making a joke about Christopher Biggins when you're in Brisbane, it doesn't go down well. So you have to find an Australian equivalent.
You've not stumbled upon a Christopher Biggins fan club in Brisbane?
I haven't. No, I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there's coachloads. But and also because Australia is such a big place, if you're making disparaging remark in Perth about a politician, it wouldn't have the same resonance in Sydney, which is like a 6-hour flight away. So so it goes on. So you change it each night.
Okay. And on the subject of Position Vacant, Apply Within, you did bring that briefly to Wolverhampton last year at the Civic Hall. So how does it feel to be coming back here to Wolverhampton to the city this year, headlining the city's pantomime? Because we do take our pantomimes quite seriously.
I know, that's very good that you do. And there's a very healthy interest in comedy in the Wolverhampton panto traditionally, I believe, which that's encouraging. I don't know much about Wolverhampton. You waft in and out of towns on tour, and so I want to discover the charms of Wolverhampton, and it is a beautiful theatre. I've played the Grand Theatre before, and so I'm very sort of thrilled to be there, and I'm very thrilled with this show. I've done this production of Cinderella before, and it's very lavish and spectacular, and it's one of those shows that works on different levels. So sometimes panto for adults can be a bit boring. It's a bit of a trial because you've got to take the children. Hopefully ours is, we've got the lovely story for the children and the transformation scene and the snow, and but I see my role as giving a laugh to the grown-ups, really. And
how is the show coming along? I was going to ask if you'd had a chance to jump into any of the outfits yet, but obviously we've just seen you looking rather spectacular.
No, I've got the outfits, and we are currently tweaking the script, and we don't start rehearsing till November. So, but I went to all the auditions and I hand-picked the cast because it's important you all get on. It's important that you like the cast for me, and it's important that. Because I know it so well that they're cast correctly, so I don't want any. I've done it before where there's atmospheres backstage and people who are unhappy with their performance or falling out with each other, and it's all just a nightmare because we're stuck 12 hours a day in the theatre. So.
And do you think that bleeds on stage? Do you think that's a
Yeah, I think so. I like a nice cheerful show with everyone getting on.
And as you said, you've done it before, you are quite the panto veteran. What is it about pantomime that you personally enjoy and embrace as a performer, and also why do you think it remains such a hugely popular form of theatre around the country, more so than ever?
I like it because, it's perfect for me. You can dress up and wear makeup and overact and get paid for it. And it's not a Chekhov play, it's it's a story, but there's no fourth wall, so you could say, oh, look at that woman's hair, and look at his jumper, and what were you thinking of? And so you can do a bit of Larry Grayson style cabaret along the way, and then you can sing a song. And I also like it because, you know, if I'm touring, it's just me and a driver going around. Here I'm in one place, which is a luxury, and I'm surrounded by a cast of people. You know, it's not all about me. There's dancers and other actors, and so it's I like that whole ensemble thing for a change.
Okay. And jumping back to Cinderella itself, tell us a little bit briefly about Dandini, who you'll be playing. The character itself.
Dandini is the prince's right-hand man, like his sort of servant. So the prince never gets to meet any ordinary girls. He just meets other princesses and things, and he wants to go out and about, but he can't because he's a prince. And so Dandini has the marvellous idea that they swap clothes and they pretend to be each other, which gives me the chance to wear the best outfits, and he can rough it and go out and meet riffraff, which is
no allegories to today then at all.
He likes a bit of rough, and I won't give the plot away, but that's sort of what happens with Dandini. So Dandini is right in the midst of it all.
It's the mayhem. Okay, and obviously you're co-starring with the lovely Joe Prassini and Alice Baker. Have you taken them under your wing at all yet and given them any advice?
Not really. They know what they're doing. We have a very beautiful Cinderella in Alice, and Joe Prassini I've worked with before, and asked to have him back this year because he's great buttons. He's sort of got a lot of bounce about him and energy, and the kids love him, and he's just one of these people that's very nice to be on stage with.
And finally, Cinderella at the Wolverhampton Grand. What can people who are coming to see it expect?
A lavish family panto. I mean, it is really rather spectacular. My clothes do half the work for me. Each time I come on, I think I've got about 8 costumes. I never appear in the same outfit twice each time I come on. Something I learned from Danny LaRue is, if you come on like that, people feel obliged to applaud for the outfit. And it will be funny as well. So, I mean, it's the best story, Cinderella. It's got this great transformation, great sort of moral to it. And you'll have a laugh, and what more do you want at Christmas?
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for your time, Julian. It's been a pleasure, and good luck with the pantomime in December. We'll be reviewing Cinderella in December when it opens at the Wolverhampton Grand.
Ooh, stand by.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.